guys, welcome back to another video today, and this is about my trip to New York City, the second time in 3 months. This time around I went with my brother because surprisingly it's his first time ever going to the city, so I kind of wanted to show him some go-to spots. Not that I'm an expert on the city or anything, but I do have certain areas and certain foods that I do love and I think that he would love also, and I wanted to show him like the spots that I do enjoy. So if y'all saw my previous video on New York, y'all already know that this is my favorite city. I just love it so much, with all the people watching, the different cultures mixing together and actually mixing together because everyone's walking alongside each other. And honestly, I think that's my favorite thing about the city. At first, I was set on taking my Minolta XG1 because everything worked fine, as y'all saw from the other video where I was testing it. But then I thought traveling with film and all that would be a little bit of a hassle this time around, because going through the airport scanners and all that, and I know you can ask them to hand check it and whatnot, but I didn't even want to bother. And I was going to just buy film there and then when I was leaving just ship it out to the lab. But as the days were coming closer to going to New York, I saw that the weather would be very rainy, and unfortunately all 3 days we saw a little bit of rain and barely any sunshine. So I did just go with my X100V, and I don't really regret it because I decided I'm going to shoot everything, or I'm going to edit everything in a black and white style because I thought it was the perfect situation for it. Everything was very moody and not a lot of work and not a lot of colors were showing up in these photos because of the lack of sunshine, because it was just, I hate to say this, but it had a very like depressing mood throughout the city because of the rain and stuff. So I thought, let's experiment with some black and white, give it a little contrasty tone to these photos, and I'm actually very satisfied with how most of these turned out. I think this one ended up being one of my favorite photos. I remember waiting at a light and just kind of looking around. I don't want to just look always in front of me or behind me all the time. You got to look up, especially in a city like New York City. And this one ended up being one of my favorites because, I don't know, just such clean lines in these photos, and just the way that white background hits with a contrasting building just right in the middle. Yeah, I don't know, something about this, I just thought it was a very eye-catching photo. So of course we had to go and see the Flatiron building, and unfortunately they were kind of working on it and doing some rebuilding, I guess, retouching, and in a weird way, especially in this black and white colorway, if you just look at the top half of just strictly the Flatiron building, it looked like a really old photo from like the 1900s, or actually I don't even know when this thing was built. It basically looked like the time when it was being built because all the construction on it. But obviously if you look around, it's a modern day setting. So after I edited in black and white, I thought, wow, this is like a very contrasting times photo. It looks kind of old and new at the same time, and I thought this was just an interesting shot overall. So this time around when I went to Washington Square Park, I wanted to take some different angles of the park. Obviously you have to get the shot of the arc. That's what Washington Square Park is known for. But yeah, I just wanted to see what else was around there. This obviously is a typical shot of the Oculus building, but something about adding the black and white to it, it gives it a really cinematic look to it. I just love how ominous this building looks, and I think adding black and white to it just gives it that much more of an ominous feeling within the building. So this right here, I know it looks so staged, but I remember waiting at a light and just kind of taking a typical street photo. I think a guy was on his bike in the back or something that I wanted to take a shot at, and I remember specifically right when I pressed the shutter, this lady walked by, and I didn't even realize until I pushed it and I looked back at my photo, and this is what came out. And I love this shot. It's like so perfectly framed that it does seem that it was staged, but yeah, perfect timing, I guess. We definitely went to the Brooklyn Bridge, and while I was on top of the bridge, I wanted to mess around with some motion blur. My brother gave me the idea, and I never done this before, but I had to lower the shutter speed. I think I did 1/8 for this. And you just kind of track the object, in this case this Mercedes right here, and I thought it was for my first time, I was actually pleased with this photo. So that was some of my shots that I took this trip to New York City, and like I said, it was raining, so I wanted to add this black and white edit to it. If you guys are interested in seeing some of my editing process, let me know in the comment below, and I'm happy to do a video where I go from the beginning to the end of how I edit my photos. So I would love to do that for you. Let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I wanted to do something a little bit different from the typical colored photos. And on this trip, I did take some night photos. So subscribe to the channel, and I will be releasing that in a few days. Night photos in New York City. I wanted to do that last time, but I didn't get a chance because honestly, there was no excuse. I think I was too tired to walk around at night, but this time around I got a decent amount of them, so I will be releasing that in a few days, so please stick around for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, like I said, subscribe to the channel for more content, like the video. It really does help my videos get out there for more people to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.